again. So this time I am furious. I just came back from trying to get my computer worked on, not the one I'm on now, not my 10-year-old workhorse that was once upon a time top of the line, is now a rickety old lady like me. I mean, on my main computer that I use for everything, for art, for all kinds of different things. I had an experience that I had to talk about today. Why? Because it ties in with the thing I talk about a lot of times: patriarchy, religious patriarchy. One of the things that I don't like about Costa Rica is it is an extremely Catholic country. And a lot of the people that do not go to Catholic churches usually end up going to the kind of churches I talk about, the taco churches, totalitarian, authoritative church organizations. So you've got this here, and it's ingrained so heavily in society that you can't do things like shake people's hands if you're a woman. If you are a woman and you're meeting a guy for the first time and you stick out your hand like you would do in the United States, you're greeting somebody you'd not met before, you would shake their hand, especially in a business setting. Here, it's nothing like that. Here, you can see in instinctive ways that men behave that they think that men are better than women, and women are to be discounted, not believed, whatever. So I got to experience that hard this morning. Hard, hard, hard. And it just shows for me how awful these guys are with this crap, this patriarchy crap that they pull here. That it's just the silly patriarchs in the States are doing it. But here it is pervasive and it is everywhere. I encountered it this morning at DOS, two different computer stores that do, two different places that do computer repair. Okay, if you know who I am, I'm Suzanne Tinkmeyer. I used to write for Pathos, a blog called No Longer Quivering. Okay, so I dealt with this kind of patriarchy for years, and now I'm like, F the patriarchy. I want to see it go down in flames. I want it to boil and burn. So my computer, not this one. This is my old workhorse computer I've had for almost 10 years. But my other one that is 3 years old that I dropped during a run to Nicaragua and cracked the case. And just, it has been through the ringer, my 3-year-old computer that they have, maybe 2.5 years. I haven't had it that long. Anyway, the case is cracked. All kinds of things that were wrong with it. Stupid little things were wrong with it. The battery was dead, number one. So recently, I started having problems with it, with the display. Looked it up, and they started saying that that kind of display problem is the driver. So I went to update the driver, and it didn't work right. I used to work on computers. I used to work on laptops. I used to be pretty expert at this stuff, but I'm not anymore, and I'm old, and I don't want to be bothered with BS. So I went today to take it out to the good computer repair shop here. I'm not going to name them because they're very weird about that sort of thing here. I took it to them and got a pretty horrific runaround. And the way I was treated was just not acceptable. And you could just tell it was a man trying to tell a woman what to do. First of all, I knew it was a driver problem primarily, okay? And I knew to fix it, you were to have to go into safe mode and then go in the BIOS and make the changes and to make it work. And I don't do that anymore, okay? I haven't kept up on it, any of that. So I brought it there and said, hey, look, I just need you to update the driver for me so that it works, because the screen is split into 3 colors now. And they acted all stupid about it and said, well, we can't take it in. You got a crack in the case. This is probably wrong with it. That's wrong with it. The screen's broken. The keyboard's broken. The mouse is broken. None of that stuff is broken. Oh my God. Are you listening to me? I know what it is. It's a driver. It's a stupid driver. And the guy said, well, I'll have to talk to our technician and see if we can take a computer this old with this many things wrong with it. And it's like, listen to me. I don't care that it's a cracked case. I don't care that the battery is dead. I have an actual extra battery here if I wanted to change the battery out. But since I leave it plugged in all the time, I don't really need the battery. So he wouldn't listen. Finally, he said, let me take a picture of it, talk to the technician, I'll let you know in 30 minutes. Well, it's been more than 30 minutes. We haven't heard back from the guy. So guess what? As we were walking out, I told my husband, I said, that is one of the things I hate in this country. I hate the way that women are treated. I was treated like I was an idiot. I told the guy, I said, I used to do this for a living. I know what the problem is. And he wouldn't listen. He just wanted to tell me I was going to have to spend all this money doing all these different things, and they weren't going to be able to do that for me. I was like, so I told my husband, I said, okay, let's go to the place you use, the place the locals use, where they don't charge you much at all, and they'll do pretty much what you want. I got there, and I got a very similar reaction, except that we plugged it in and booted it up. And now the screen is messed up. And it's not just the driver. The entire touch screen on top, my screen on that was a touch screen. This one is also a touch screen. So he said, look, you're looking at least $300 for the screen and this and that and the other thing. And I was just like, we're not doing that. If it's that kind of repair, pull all the information off onto a hard drive for me, onto a flash drive. I just want the documents and the pictures. Stupid me, you know? So that's what I told the guy. He didn't listen to me at all. He started talking about husband only and said, well, we'll get back to you with a estimate on what it's going to cost to fix it. It's going to be 10 mil to do this, blah, 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 blah. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm asking for. I want you to pull everything off, because if the screen is busted, I'm not putting $300 in a 3-year-old laptop. Same thing. So we got outside, and I'm yelling at my husband about this because the guy listened to him, took him seriously and not me, and they'd set up to do something I was not in favor of. So we had to go back in there and say, back the information off onto a flash drive, please, so that when I have a new computer, I can put that shit on it. So that's what we did. Oh, so I am outraged today. That's how they all acted towards a woman. And I've had this before. Like I said, right until we booted up and I saw that the screen was doing something very wrong, and I knew it was the screen was out on top of the whole thing with the drivers, I made the executive decision that the thing was just going to be a piece of junk, because that's kind of how these things go. And this is one of the biggest frustrations of Costa Rica for me. I love the beaches. I love the wildlife. I love the greenery. I hate the patriarchy. As far as I'm concerned, patriarchy in all forms can just jump off the nearest cliff. I hate when guys act like this. It's the worst. They act like you don't have a brain in your head, that they don't have to listen to you. For me, that would be a no-go if my husband were to go, if my husband were to die, or he were to lose his mind and leave me for a cloney. Not a colony, but a cloney. Clonies are what I call the women that get here that all look like they rolled off an assembly line. They may not start out that way here, but they all eventually end up that way, many of them, where they just bleach the hair blonde, stop eating, start licking lettuce leaves, and all turn about 100 pounds with bleach blonde hair and big old tatas that don't fit the tiny little bodies. That's what I mean when I say clonies here, because I see a lot of women like that here. They all look the same. And they also perpetuate patriarchy. And the way that patriarchy deals with women, the way they put you in a box, they immediately decide they know better than you. And we know damn good and well that no man knows better than a woman for herself. So that's my rant for today. I see I'm going to have to do art or something. I'm going to have to go beat up the plants. Back in the States, when I got this riled and upset at something like this, I would take the axe and go outside or the chainsaw and would do some landscaping. And since I'm old and wobbly, I'm going to have to do something a little lower key. Maybe I ought to go beat the rugs. Something hostile and physical to get this all out. So there. And this morning I talked about von Ullman and his patriarchy, and then ran right into this giant cloud of idiotic patriarchy here. And it just sucks so badly. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go this time again. It's just a rant. Thanks for watching.